Here we go. Announcements. 3-year expansion. Crazy. Scroll up past all these people saying how happy they are. This is awesome, right? Awesome stuff here. Dude, Bear, here we go, baby. Here we go, man. So, first off, Bear, I hear you in my voice, and now I'm seeing you typing. I love it. Love it. Turn this down just a tad, though. That way we can really get in here. So, map expansion. Massive new land expansion to the Outlands world that features a new dungeon, a new town, a large number of new POI locations, which will effectively double the number of housing locations. Double the number of housing locations from 3,500 to 7,000. So that also tells me new T-map locations right there. New T-map locations, probably. I mean, why wouldn't there be, right? So that's cool. I'm going to have to update the T-map books. Settlement passes. Let's see here. Enough space for nearly 3,500 separate 8x8 houses to be placed. Ensure that all players have equal opportunity to place a house in the expansion region, implementing what we refer as settlement passes. So that, I guess it's going to be like in phases. My mic is fading. For the first 30 days the expansion goes live, players must consume a settlement pass, which are blessed and bound to their character. In order to place a house in expansion region, the house itself must have an 8x8 size place. Okay. Flat fee of 10k gold to enter it. And then every 30 days, they randomly distribute 75 settlement passes. That's some good stuff, man. That's going to be good, man. That way, like it says, to ensure that all players have an equal opportunity. I think that's huge. That way it's not just like a land rush, like who can take off work at this specific time or stay up to 4 a.m. and place it all at once and probably crash the server, right? So that's going to be awesome. That'll be really cool. I know a lot of you guys are happy about that. I can't tell you how many people... I mean, I don't understand it, but I get it, I guess. It wouldn't be me, but how many people have said that the reason they stopped playing was because they couldn't get a house? So this right here will help a lot with that, for sure. For sure. Anchor's Rest. So this is like the new town from above. That's really cool. That's really cool. Zoomed out, obviously. All watery, and man, this looks like... it's not like Buck's Den, but it reminds me of Buck's Den, only because... it looks like a Buccaneer's Den kind of thing, real watery and stuff like that. Look at the little boat down here on the bottom right here. That's crazy. God, is that houseboat locations? Surely not. Oh my God. Is that what that is? Or are these new houseboats? We got to scroll up. Hold on. Expansion introduced Anchor's Rest, which is a floating city with all the amenities and vendors offered by a fully fledged city. The outskirts of Anchor Rest feature 70 new houseboat locations. 70. Oh my God, I should have sold my houseboat. Just kidding. Never in a million years. I don't see the value of my houseboat going down. I think 70 is a beautiful number. But I will say that's going to just get gargled up real fast. And I don't think they should put more. I'm not saying that. With due time, maybe, right? But 70 is a lot. That's beautiful. That is awesome. That is awesome. Players can reach the houseboat section of Anchor's Rest by a conveyance of a moving ferry system. So you'll basically take a little ferry from Anchor's Rest, which I'm guessing maybe is either one of these. Who knows? And then it takes you right over here. Or there's apparently a moon gate there. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, I'm sure it will be, especially where it's at too. Especially where it's at too. And it doesn't matter. I'll never sell it. That thing's like my favorite location I could ever have. You know what I mean? Oh man, this all looks great. I was trying to get started on Outlands, but man, this is gonna really. Free up some land, you know what I'm saying? Come on, Steb, let's go, baby. The ferry, that's cute. It is, right? Oh man, I doubt it'll be glitchy, Chocobo. I doubt it'll be glitchy, man. This is Outlands we're talking about, dude. They're like pristine and clean. What are you talking about, baby? Doubloon purchases. Okay, so this is exciting because doubloons, I mean, you can buy stuff from the Prev vendor, obviously, and you can, use them to salvage your boat and what's it called? Register your boat. But it comes a point where doubloons are just kind of whatever. So this is cool. They're adding a large number of deco and unique clothing. Great. They'll only be purchasable with doubloons in tandem with the launch of Anchor's Rest. Beautiful. We also have added several new houseboat designs, including barges, compact houseboats, and an additional 2-story shingled houseboat. So if we go back up here, this is like this little small house with like a ramp. That'll be fun to decorate because I think, let's zoom in a little bit. Look at that. You could or is that the roof? I don't know. I can't tell if it like goes in or if you walk on top of that. That's pretty cool though. And then another like one that's similar to mine that I have, and then a nice little small one. Those are really cool. Really cool. I'm sure there will be some small yeah, of course, man. This is great. Mooring passes. The expansion introduces the city of Anchor's Rest. Yeah, we talked about that. It'll be another 75 houseboat location. It says 70 up there and then 75 here. So let's go with 75. For the first 30 days, the expansion goes live. Players must consume a mooring pass, which are blessed and bound to their character in order to place a houseboat in Anchor's Rest or anywhere else in the expansion region. A flat fee for 25k doubloons to enter mooring pass lottery, which every day for 30 days will distribute 2 mooring passes to players. So we will be, we got to do a lot of boating, guys. We got to start farming up them dubs. Got to be farming up them dubs. Players remain in the lottery if they don't win. Okay, so that's odd. I figured they would just do it. You would not remain in the lottery. But I guess then it would just be who can feed the most doubloons into said lottery. Yeah, so then that makes perfect sense why they would do that, right? Because if you're just farming all the time and every day you're throwing in, 25k doubloons, I mean, a newer player is going to run out of money. But this way, it's, a nice way for everybody to be involved in it. That's good. They're keeping everybody at mind here. That's awesome. That's awesome. Players will be preemptively entering the mooring pass lottery several weeks before the expansion goes live. That was my next question. So that's cool. Very cool. Yeah, best for everyone. That's the important thing. That's the important thing. Us veterans are here for a while, you know what I mean? Or forever. But I think we do what's called churning of newer players at times. Shadow Spire Cathedral Dungeon. This thing looks awesome. Do you see how it... Look at that, dude. The craftsmanship, as we'll call it. Look at that. The bridge, you can see where the depths go, down below. That's awesome right there. That is awesome. Gives some depth to the dungeon. Brings it more alive, right? Isn't that freaking awesome? Toast, I hear you there, man. I hear you there. Maybe in due time on the... Toast says, I do wish they would do more with PvP other than Necro and stuff. Like camping, adding percentage damage. Maybe in due time, they might add it in there. I do think, man, and I do remember how OP Chivalry was when AOS came out for PvP. It was like you had to have Chivalry and a weapon skill. That's just all it was. And I do know, and I'm not saying you're wrong by any means, Toast, by any means, but I do know that a lot of the PvPers right now, and I'm not a PvPer, right? A big one, but they enjoy this era of PvP, and so if we throw in Chivalry, I think it could actually do harm to the PvP that is currently happening on Outlands. My take on it. This is coming from a pretty solid PVMer, not a PvPer, if you catch my drift. Ooh, additionally, the dungeon itself will offer a wide variety of rare deco loot, unique to its halls. That's awesome. That's awesome. Look, getting some Balrons, dude. I've always wondered, when are we gonna get some Balrons? Maybe this is it. I mean, they've got that graphic. Yeah, that's right, Chivalry. That's right. It'll only get, or I mean, that's right, Carbon. It'll only give something similar as to, like, you know, forensic increases the damage. You won't be able to use Chivalry, but it will increase your melee damage in PvP. So it'll help a little bit. So it's not just going to be a wasted 100 skill points, but it's also not going to be 100 skill points, which is almost always needed in a PvP build. As it would be, I promise you, every PvP build would have Magery and Chivalry instantly. This guy right here looks like a freaking pimp. That is awesome. And look how awesome that skull is with the fire on it. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. And the blood dripping down. Just sick, dude. Sick. Chivalry, here we go. The expansion introduces the Chivalry skill to Outlands. The Chivalry skill to Outlands. This is going to be crazy right here. I can't wait to see the different builds, especially EOS. EOS, I don't know if you're out there watching right now, but bro, me and you, we need to have a sit down, bro. We need to have a sit down and just play around with some stuff, because I know you've got some sick stuff going on in your head already. Chivalry on Outlands features 10 Chivalry abilities that are thematically based on the classic Chivalry spells, but rebalanced and geared towards extending the tool set of melee characters. I believe them on that. I really do believe them on that. They always adjust different skills and make them beautiful. So that's awesome. That is awesome. Let's see here. Using a Chivalry ability does not cost mana, nor does it rely on fame or karma. Players simply need to have the minimum Chivalry skill required for the ability and enough holy symbols available to spend. So, and then, yeah, so from down here, you actually do spend gold or fame, but I think that is, oh, that's just to get a Book of Chivalry. So I've spent 750,000 fame, I guess lose my Lord title. I mean, oh well, I'll get it back, right? I'll get it back. Activating a Chivalry ability consumes a number of holy symbols per ability, ranging from 1 to 5 symbols, and each ability having a 30-second cooldown in between repeat uses. Wow. So you'll generate them. Where does it? How do you generate them? Will not work in PvP, but having Chivalry skill will provide the player with a 10% damage increase. Yeah, for damage bonus, similar to camping, forensic, lumberjacking, and mining skills. While players do not have to unlock Chivalry abilities, however, they do need to acquire a Book of Chivalry, which can be acquired through a gold offering or fame, or, this is cool, as a loot on a boss-type creatures. Yeah, I'd drop tracking for Chivalry, personally. That's exactly what I would do. They generate over time? Oh, okay. I got you. Rel Expo, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy? That's generate over time. So, and then you've got, looks like 10. So players can train up to 50 Chivalry skill at a Paladin NPC. And through standard melee combat, increase their Chivalry skill up to 120 through use of skill scrolls. Oh, so it is going to go up to 120. That's awesome. A player's effective Chivalry skill is capped by their tactic skill. Okay, and players can utilize Chivalry hotbar. Activate abilities as well as see which ones are on a cooldown. See, that's awesome. So it looks like they'll be gray if they're on a cooldown, and then lit up if you can use them. Obviously, I'm sure you'll be able to set these as hotkeys too. Players may use commands to activate Chivalry abilities. Perfect. Cleanse by fire, holy light. Dude, I can't wait. This is going to be a melee character coming out, guys. I mean, you got to, right? You got to have a melee character. It's exciting. Player gains 10% Chivalry damage resistance against spells. Remove all instances of a single non-movement debuff. So, oh, you can get rid of weaken and crippled. Man, oh, I guess Hex will be from Necromancy. See, that's the thing too. There's going to be Necromancy as well. It's like, I mean, it literally is a whole new expansion pack right now. It's just crazy, and a month away too. The next 30 seconds, yeah, we talked about that one. For the next 30 seconds, melee attacks have a 10% times chivalry divided by 100 chance to cure poison with chances scaled by weapon speed. Oh, so an automatic poison cure. Ooh, Darkmire, you about to be my... That's great. That's great. Darkmire is going to be a favorite dungeon for Chivalry people. Well, and then killing undead, so really, man, Chivalry is going to be awesome. Ossuary, it'll be great. Next 30 seconds, players' melee weapon specials inflict 20% Chivalry, more damage bonus increased by 10. That. While combatant is aggroed into a player. Oh, I wonder if that will be with multiple guys on you. Probably doesn't stack. I doubt it will stack. For the next 30 seconds, ignores that of bleed and disease damage taken. So another defensive. That's awesome. Wow. For the next 30 seconds, melee damage players inflicts is increased by bonus by, yep, while combat is aggroed onto a player. Lots of defensive stuff. And then here's the heal. I remember that one. To target, heals to a target within 4 tiles. So you got to be pretty close, but 4 tiles is good. Player cannot regain health, cast healing spells, or use healing items for the next 10 seconds. That's good. Yeah, because then you could just, have a, big heal, then do that one, have a bandage, and then a cure, and then probably just chain them, just constantly chain them, and it would be like instant. Be almost impossible to kill a Chivalry person. For the next 30 seconds, swing speed is increased. There you go, Amish. We were talking about that. So that would be very helpful. Creates a holy gate. Okay, so it's magic gate. Perfect. And then there's the heal on self and 5 randomized friendly players within 12 tiles. Crazy. Okay, now Necromancy. Oh man, yeah, dude, this is crazy. Okay. Expansion introduces the Necromancy. I'm just surprised, honestly, that it's not just one of them. It's both of them. And then not only that, it's the land, it's the links. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's just it's crazy that it's this much at once. It's like it's literally an expansion, a real expansion. Okay, so Necromancy on Outlands features 10 Necromancy abilities, again balanced and geared towards extending the toolset of spellcaster characters, as if the toolset wasn't big enough. It's awesome. Players with the Necromancy skill will automatically accumulate unholy symbols, which are a virtual resource that players will use to pay for Necromancer abilities. I'm guessing it's going to be the exact same as Chivalry. So, yeah, dude, 3 years, man. 3 years. Crazy. Okay. Okay, players earn a single unholy symbol every 5 seconds. It can make up to 10. There you go. They look cool too. So it's looks like it's very similar to Chivalry as far as this part up here. Same thing. You can use commands to activate Necromancy abilities such as Corpse Skin. Corpse Skin is on this. Nice. Vengeful Spirit. Okay, let's get down to the juice. Next 30 seconds. Spell damage is increased. So we're going to have offensive cooldowns with Necromancy. Dude, I'm already flame striking these some bitches for buku's amounts of damage. Now, we're going to have a offensive cooldown. Woo! Can't wait for that. Okay, for the next 30 seconds, player has a chance that any effect reducing their health to 0 will instead reduce it to 1. That's really cool. Okay, so that would be very helpful in like a boss scenario, right? When he's about to do his crazy ability that you always die at, or it's crazy, pop that bad boy. And if you are, you're gonna die, maybe you won't die. Or if you just know you are taking a bunch of damage, or you're about to, pop that bad boy, run through that ossuary maze, run through the craziness in Os 4, Or the stupid ruby worms. Oh my gato. Anyway, that's awesome. Like that. For the next 30 seconds, any direct damage spells have a 2% mana chance to also cast poison spell on the target. Bro. So poison, maybe poison aspect might be like amazing now. I'm thinking boating on a poison summoner with poison aspect and necromancy. I don't know. I'm just thinking in my head here. Drop hurting for necro. You said it. See ya. For the next 30 seconds, any 5th level summon spell cast will instead create a low level undead follower that has a health and damage. Is it gonna take control slots? I'm sure it will. I'm sure it would take skull slots. Amish says the real question is, will Spirit Speak affect a necro like it did on OSI? Not yet. Doesn't say anything about it yet, but maybe I could see that. That's my question is, shit. That sucks. Hit the thing and it plopped in. Let's pull this back down. Man, this is crazy, guys. This is crazy. Crazy stuff. Let's get back up to where we were. It's going to take us at least an hour to scroll back up to where we were based on all this content. Sorry. There we go. All right. So, 5th level summon spell. That's crazy. Okay. I'm still got that going in my head. Okay. For the next 30 seconds, any direct damage spells of 4th circle or higher have a chance to inflict disease on the target. That's going to be helpful with the death aspect, because it said about the disease that you inflict. Player takes a 25 damage, and for the next 30 seconds, increases damage of their undead followers inflicted by 15%. So they're undead followers. So you could essentially just go ham with, getting low-level undead followers. Take 25 damage, and then it would increase the damage of your undead followers. Or if you're a tamer, I'm trying to think of some undead monsters. Maybe a corpse eater might be undead. I really don't know. Pure damage mage with necro and poison, just to obliterate things. And eldritch with inscription. I don't know if that even fits, but it's just crazy, man. Okay, for the next 30 seconds, any new poison spell or disease effects now have a 66% chance to tick 1 second faster with 20% damage. That's... and target a nearby... oh no, is this what I think it is? It's corpse explosion. It's corpse... we're getting corpse explosion. We are getting... corpse explosion for the target a nearby corpse to inflict damage on up to 3 nearby enemy creatures within 2 tiles. Oh man. For the next 30 seconds, direct spell damage will be delayed by 10 seconds but will be increased. 10-second spell damage delay increased by 35% times Necromancy divided by 100% of, damage. That's a big flame strike right there, boys. For the next 30 seconds, any 8th level summon spell will instead create a high level undead follower. This is the big boy toys right here. A high level undead follower that has health and damage increased by 10%. Man, it's gonna be a big hulky boner armor looking dude. Maybe a ghost, because that's what the emblem shows, is a ghost, but who knows? Ooh, I bet you. Think of the what's it called? Spell aspect hues or the hue deeds? Some chaos looking giant monster looking blood. Oh my god, dude. Undead demon. What if it just takes all the... I'm getting ahead of myself, but what if it just takes all the skin from the demon off and he's just this big skeleton demon? Wrestling revamp. This is where for the first time in Ultima, punching people will be viable. Other than stun, I get it. Stun and disarm. Okay, go ahead. Slap my wrist. But you guys know what I mean. Players now have access to martial manuals, which are equipable scrolls that transform the player's wrestling swings into weapon-like strikes of roughly the same speed and damage as Warforks. While martial manuals will appear in a player's paper doll, they will not display in-game for the player, and a player attacking while equipped with one deliver unique unarmed animations and sound effects. Unique animations and sound effects. Where are these at? Where are these at? I want to see these. I want to see the unarmed animations and sound effects. Dude, I'm so hyped up, Hacks. You have no idea, Hacks. Oh man, this is good. Martial manuals are for all intents and purposes. Turn my phone off. I'm always so good at turning my phone off before I jump in the stream, but that's how excited I am because I forgot to turn my phone off. Sorry, guys. Intents and purposes considered one-handed weapons that players can parry with, but cannot equip shields while wielding. So you equip them as one-handed weapons. And you can parry, but you can't. Okay, so that leads me to: will the parry codex still work even if you don't have a shield equipped? Martial manuals have the same accuracy, damage, durability, and slayer properties as normal weapons. Nice. Dub's now 2-1, if not higher soon. I agree, Monty. And yeah, Vector, we got a lot of content, right? Man, okay. When players trigger a weapon special with a Sebastian, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? When players trigger a weapon special with a martial manual equipped, it will no longer do a disorient effect. Instead, we'll randomly choose between hinder, so that'll make you walk slow. Cripple, I'm not sure. Pierce, okay. And then bleed effects. Martial manuals are not allowed in duels and tournaments. Equipping, I do think this. Expo, I don't know if you're still here, but in the duels and tournament sections, if it's possible, make a mode to allow aspects and all these weird things. It would just be a shit show. I get it. But only in the dueling arena. And you'd have to, obviously select it and all that. Equipping a martial manual will cause the player's wrestling attacks to inflict 1 damage in PvP for the next 15 seconds. Martial manuals are not intended to replace the need for a tank mage to have a secondary. Okay. Gotcha. So you basically would just unequip it, and then you would punch them, do 1 damage, and it would still do like some weird cool effect. That's still really awesome. There's now a wrestling codex that works exclusively with players using martial manuals. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, let's check this out. Wrestling codex. Yeah, you already know, Vector. You already know, Vector. I'm excited about all the content that all will come from this, just like you, buddy. Just like you, man. Content for days, years. Players can now acquire a wrestling codex that works exclusively with martial manuals. Provides no benefit to empty fists. Okay, similar to other weapon skills. Changing to a wrestling stance costs 5 mana. For the first 10 seconds after a player activates a wrestling stance, the bonus from it is dramatically increased. This is called a stance adoption period. Conceptually, players with a wrestling codex are encouraged to switch stances every 10 seconds to maximize the bonuses they get from each stance. Yeah, have some form of limited mana regeneration, which would be the discipline aspect, increasing your mana regeneration. Also, thinking about that just adds so much more to the table as far as like, hitting buttons and, being more involved in melee combat. I mean, think about it. I mean, for me, when Ultimate, before, Chivalry and all that came out, Ultima was basically, if you were a Dexer, hit tab, go into war mode, double click on the monster, watch your life, bandage, use a potion. Sit there, watch the hit points go, and that was it. There's been so much. And this right here, like bouncing between stances every 10 seconds, and there's just so much. So much. That's awesome. Okay, so dragon stance. Okay. Weapon specials will consume up to 5 mana to increase damage by 15% per mana consumed. Up to. Okay. Bonus doubled for the first 10 seconds after adopting stance. So again, and that's the same with all of them, it looks like. So it's definitely important to switch roughly every 10 seconds as mana allows, or, you know. So this too, you could use Magery, a wrestling codex. I mean, I'm seeing all kinds of crazy builds. Crazy builds. Successful hits increase. Okay, so crab stance. Every time I say one, I kind of like, I feel like I'm getting in that stance. You know what I mean? Successful hits increase your damage resistance by 2 per rank for 5 seconds. It does not stack. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10%. And it's doubled for the first 10 seconds. So you'd have 20% damage resistance for 10 seconds right after you go into crab stance, and then it'll go down to 10%. So that'd be good. Again, running through halls of crazy damage. Deals an additional 3% of damage per rank to 2 additional random targets within 2 tiles. So Spire, 3% damage. Okay, so that's going to be your big boy damage right there. Either that or dragon, based on how much mana you have. Monkey, landing 3 hits in a row, increases the damage of the third hit by 20% per rank. Bonus is doubled for the first 10% after adopting this stance. 3 hits in a row, the damage of the third hit by 20%. So if you get 3 hits within the first 10 seconds, that'd be 40% per rank. What? I'm reading that wrong. That's crazy. That's awesome. But I guess it is after 3 hits in a row, and it's kind of like a Yahtzee. It's a gamble. That'll be a fun one. That'll be a far one. Will martial manuals be spell channeling? I think they're just like instant, man. Let's see. Next one is Crane. Has a 2% chance per rank on melee hit to restore 10 health. Chances doubled for the first 10 seconds after adopting the stance. Okay. So that'll be a heal one. That's excellent. And then the finishers. Here we go. Chi Thrust inflicts 200% of weapon damage to target. Will consume up to 25 mana and increase damage by 25% per mana consumed. So up to... Oh, that is a big hit. That's a lot of chi. It is... so it's not like an equipped weapon. So up here, where'd it go? Are equipable scrolls that transform the player's wrestling swings into weapon-like strikes of roughly the same speed and damage as Warforks. While martial manuals appear in the player's paper doll... Oh no, where'd it go? There it is. Martial manuals are, for all intents and purposes, considered one-handed weapons that players can parry with, but not equip shields while wielding. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's just a... Oh, there we go. Equipping a martial manual will cause the player's wrestling attacks to inflict 1 damage in PvP. Oh, that's in PvP. Got it. Okay. That was in PvP. That's awesome. Okay. Inflicts 350% of damage to target and restores 25% health and mana, and that'll be really good for farming right there. Zen Strike will be very good for farming. Really good for farming. Let's see. We have increased the maximum aspect here, max to 14. Oh, whoa. Tier 14? Oh, Nelly. Sorry, guys. Not selling any more command cores. All cores and aspects or extracts are not for sale anymore, boys and girls. We have also introduced 3 new aspects: Holy, Death, and Discipline. Holy Aspect. Holy Aspect synergizes the Chivalry skill. Holy Aspect increases the amount of holy symbols the player earns over time in form of chances at bonus symbols earned. Okay. And also increases the maximum capacity of symbols they can bank. Additionally, the Holy Aspect increases the player's effective Chivalry skill, which dramatically increases how powerful their Chivalry abilities are when activated. That looks good too. There's that Blaze armor everybody wanted, right? Not quite Blaze, but man, crazy, crazy. Judgment inflicts a bunch of damage divided among creatures within a 12-tile radius and restores health up to 10 player. Oh my god, dude. That it's going to be just like having a bard all over again. Everybody's going to be like, okay, do we got a bard for the boss? And we got a holy aspect coming. All right, we're good. You know? Like, you're going to want to have a holy aspect, and you're going to want to have a bard at every boss fight. For sure. That holy aspect, healing people, is just going to be so beneficial. So beneficial. It's awesome. And for farming, too. Farming your pet with your pets? Oh, hold on. It would 10 friendly players. Now, it does say players, but I do wonder if it would heal your pets and or crew members. Think about that. Think about that procking and healing your crew members. 15% plus 1.5%. Now, is that 15% of their total health? That would be amazing for boating. Amazing for boating. Oh, man. Okay. So, I'd probably still use a command book, but who knows? Maybe a holy book. Probably, I don't know, man. It'd be a tough call, man. It'd be a fun one. It'd be a real fun one. Death Aspect synergizes with the Necromancy skill. Death Aspect increases the amount of unholy symbols the player earns over time, and also increases the maximum capacity of unholy symbols they can bank. Additionally, Death Aspect increases a player's effective Necromancy skill, which dramatically increases how powerful... Yeah, that's same as up there. Okay, Deadly Decay inflicts a bunch of damage divided among creatures within a 6-tile radius, so a little bit tighter than the heal, and increases damage of any new disease or strangle effects you create. Over the next 30 seconds, it can stack up to 2 times. So again, that'll be very helpful for Omnis. Very helpful for Omnis. Drop that, and then an AoE disease spell, if there is one. Wow. Crazy. Okay, Discipline. Here we go, Amish. This is it. This is all that. Dramatically extends the stance adoption duration of the wrestling codex. Allows the player to maintain the bonus gain from adopting the wrestling stance for much longer periods of times before having to switch stances. So, duration increase for wrestling. So it'll increase it 2.5, so it'll be 12.5 per that you would want to switch, plus 5, plus half a second per tier. So, at tier 10, that's an extra 5 seconds. So it'd be, 17 seconds or so, 17.5 seconds that you'd switch. Man, we're going to be doing the overheads. Overheads are going to be going off on Classic UO. You're going to have the overheads. For sure. You're going to have the overheads going on that. I'm sure there will be a little thing in your system messages that you could incorporate that in. You'd have to. I would hope. Otherwise, we're going to have to create another random program to have a timer. You know what I mean? That goes every 18 seconds. Iron Will inflicts a bunch of damage divided among creatures within a 4-tile radius and increases your damage resistance for 30 seconds. Okay. So, it's kind of tanky. But the big thing is on the armor, weapon special damage bonus. No, melee damage bonus per current mana. It's going to make for a really fun build. Per current mana, too. Per current mana. So you'd want to have your mana high You wouldn't want to dangle it down below. You'd want to try to keep it up high if you're running discipline armor. Maybe. That's fun. That's fun. Okay, trade caravans. This right here, any of you guys that are real big into world PvP, get ready, dude. I'm telling you right now, this right here, like, you know, the homie Mustache, he does almost exclusively world PvP. And he's going to have a heyday attacking these trade caravans. Guilds are now able to undertake trade caravans, which can be managed under the new trade caravans page of the guild menu. In order to start a trade caravan, a guild must first collectively earn 2 million in harvest progress, which is done by collecting resources via the mining, lumberjacking, forensic eval, or fishing skills, including any resources gained through resource maps. That's awesome. And fishing as well. Oh, special fish only. Okay. Once enough harvest point, because I was gonna say just AFK a fisher. Like everybody would have a fisher just AFK without special fish on that to gain skill. Maybe not. Once enough harvest progress is reached, the guild can choose a difficulty level for their trade caravan, which will boost the difficulty of the event, but also provide increased rewards. Beautiful. Okay. So you'd want to max that if something cool is about to happen that we're about to get to, but random routes, okay? Several routes, and guild members and guild allies will be responsible for escorting the trade caravan to its destination. If no friendly players are within 12 tiles, pretty close. Oh, it'll stop moving and begin taking damage. So the trick is kill everybody around it or get them away from it, and it'll start taking damage. So I figured that they were actually going to be dropping that you can. Okay. Non-friendly players can attack a stopped trade caravan and deal damage to it, which will have a low chance of yielding a reward item to the player. Nice, but will also flag that player as orange to all players friendly to the trade caravan for 10 minutes. That's awesome. Oh my god, world PvP is about to go off the chain, guys. Off the chain. At several randomized points along the route, based on the difficulty selected by the guild, a trade caravan will experience an encounter which stops the caravan and spawns a large wave of enemy creatures. Oh, it's going to be crazy. 5 minutes pass and any encounter creatures still remain. The trade caravan will begin taking damage. I'm hoping there is a click the caravan and monster pool just like in the treasure maps. You don't have to use that often, but sometimes you do. If trade caravan reaches its destination, it will generate a large pool of random reward items with total numbers scaled based on the amount of health the trade caravan has remaining. All players, that's even cooler. So a perfect caravan will yield perfect result rewards. A beat to shit wagon off the Amish, you're gonna be going crazy on these wagons, bro. See, give you that horse and buggy. I called it. All friendly players who escorted the caravan will be entered into a distribution list for the reward items with priority for the items determined based on how much time each player spent. That's cool. That's cool. I'm sure most guilds, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I would imagine most guilds will probably still pool everything, put it into the distribution and spread it out. But this kind of takes care of making it fair. So maybe not. Maybe not. Who knows? Some new items such as specialty crafting, I would imagine they still would, just to encourage people to still come, even if the caravan's halfway done, versus just leaving it how it is. Let's see here. Some new systems such as specialty crafting, pristine lumber, and immaculate stone, and rare paintings will use trade caravans as their primary loot source. Nice. Explained later. Perfect. Peak, but no, I think you're right, Steb. I think you're right. I think two hands is going to be pretty viable with this for sure. I really do. With all the random damage increases and just all that, I really think you're going to see a pretty good influx of two-handed weapons. I hope so anyways, man. I'm pulling for it. All right, so what do we got here? Oh, this is just the thing. So you would start it. It'd be in the Gump, the guild Gump, trade caravans. you push it. Started a minute ago. If you're in the guild, it's going to show where it is and where it's going. Beautiful. So it's probably going to, excuse me, just follow this little road all the way there. Wow, man. Wow. Route begins here, so it'll give you the coordinates that you can put into exploreoutlands.com and ends at there. Perfect. Chaos shrines to be determined. Mastery chain overhaul. Oh man, I can already feel Luthier's pain on this. But hopefully the community handles this a little better. Mastery chain overhaul. We will be revisiting the overhaul we initially undertook several months back with the goal of buffing weak mastery chain link types that our players never or rarely use. Awesome. Also introduce a variety of new bonus types to give players more options at their disposal for chains. Our current intention is not to nerf any existing links. We will give players the option to freely upgrade their existing links to any new link types introduced that have similar concept as their existing link. That's helpful. Very helpful. Fix it with Tinkerers. That'd be cool. Yeah. Corrupted mastery chain links are new type of mastery chain. This right here, I'm really interested to see how this goes over. And how long that 100% usage remaining actually lasts. Oh, okay. Current lifespan for a corrupted link is roughly 5 million damage inflicted by the player. 5 million damage is quite a bit, actually. So let's think, like on a Omniboss. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a lot of damage. So those will last a long time, for sure. I mean, a regular boss, typically like, what, 30, 40 damage? 30, 40,000 damage. I mean, it's obviously it's going to be dependent on a lot of things, but I'd say 30, 40,000 damage per boss is a good amount. 5 million damage, that's going to last a long time. So they're going to be worth a real pretty penny. And then it'll also probably sell for based on the usage remaining as well. So they'll probably say, like, you know, each damage point is worth X amount of gold will be the determining factor for market value ish. And that's assuming you can sell them. I would imagine you can. If a player is using a mastery chain that contains a corrupted mastery chain links whenever they deal damage or perform non-damaging activities such as lockpicking, okay, yep, each of their corrupted mastery chain links will have its lifespan reduced slightly. Once a corrupted link reaches 0, it will no longer provide any bonuses to the player and will show up in the mastery chain menu with a red X for its bonus. Current lifespan for a corrupted link, 5 million. Players will be able to craft reforging tools for corrupted mastery chain links using arcane essence via, so you can reforge it. Gotcha. I see what you meant. I see what you mean. Gotcha. Yeah, you would just reset the reset it over to WASD, but I think most people typically use the right mouse button and directional things. But I mean, I guess you definitely can. Let's see here. So yeah, okay, so right there, and then you would just use a reforge link on it to. I wonder how much it's going to cost. I'm sure that's to be determined. Prestige unlocks. We'll be taking our current informal system of rewarding guilds that reach a certain prestige thresholds with unique rewards, such as custom guild statues, house designs, islands, converting it into a guild menu page where guilds now have prestige points to spend and can choose how and where they want to allocate those points. Guilds will still be able to purchase statues, houses, and guild islands in the same order as before, but they will also have the option to purchase town NPC deeds, such as town criers, mage vendors, tinker vendors, and beekeepers, to place inside of their houses. Let me get a bank. No, that'd be... I mean, there probably will be, but I don't know. That would keep people from going into town ever. I do wonder if that will be one. We'll see. Guilds will also be able to purchase new prestige plots, which are decorative house deeds that players can place to give their nearby guild houses a unique visual presence. Beautiful. It's a nice statue. I don't know whose statue that is, but that's a nice one. Specialty crafting. So a bunch more of these. Cypher, if you're out there, bro, I'm sure you're loving this right here. I gotcha. Remnants. Horticulture. So more plants. Now encounter hop seeds, barley seeds. As loot and variety of systems, players will be able to utilize hops and barley, and a unique system to create cleansing brew, which will significantly mitigate the effects of bleed and disease. So basically, you're gonna, make barley and hops, which is key ingredients in beer, and it's gonna stop you from bleeding. I like it. I like it. Players will be able to use mellowweed seeds to create a variety of smokable items in rare hues with rare hue effects. Mellowwood, they're calling it. Oh man, I know Monarch's loving that. Monarch is loving that. Oh man. Dude, I can't. You better believe it. Pwnstarr bar incoming. That's right. That is right. We're gonna turn this boathouse. I say that, right? We're gonna turn this boathouse into a public bar. I'll never decorate it. You guys know I won't, but it would be cool. It would be really cool. All right, that's awesome. That is awesome. And then you grow them through. Oh shoot! You grow them through. Gummit, I did it again. Through the plant system, it looks like. You scroll back up there. Dang it, Gummit. Did it again. Probably could just hit escape and it would close that out. Or click out of it. I'm just dumb. Sorry. Alright, so back into this brewing fermenter. That's it right there, dude. That is it right there. That's going to be great. Oh, my dog sees a cat right now. If you guys see hear Button, that's him barking. Brewing fermenter. Oh my god, I can't wait. I can't wait for that. Oh, that's great. That's great. Beer of the day. Beer of the day right there. Oh man, dungeon plants. Players will now have the opportunity to come across very rare dungeon seeds. Oh. Dude. Okay. Cavernum looks awesome. Those are very pretty. Darkmire looks like Darkmire would. Nucero's kind of got some dragon-esque to it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Ossuary, yeah, it makes sense. Nice little desert. Poma looks watery. Got a lily pad. That is going to go great with you guys with like watery areas. Shadow Spire Cathedral, I like to see that that's already implemented in there. That's already implemented in there. Got the Mausoleum looking good. Wilderness and Ocean. Ocean looks pretty oceany, that's for sure. Poma and Ocean, I bet, will do really well in some watery... I mean, obviously they will. So will Cavernum. Those are cool. Inferno will look good. Contrasts really well. Art collection. Here it is. That's the large paintings. Opportunity to come across extremely rare paintings as loot in a variety of systems. I haven't read it. I hope that you can fish them up like I used to be able to. Players will also be able to craft a variety of different picture frames. Ooh, so the frames will come from crafting. So there you go. Frames dyeable with... I'm pointing at this like... You know what I'm... That's funny. There we go. I need to be pointing with the mouse. I'm too excited. Frames dyeable with furniture dye. That's wonderful. Different frames that you will make from crafting. We will introduce antiquity-like system for players to record which artwork items they have collected and unlock achievements for doing so. Guaranteed paintings are going to be, just like it says, extremely rare. Watch, dude. People are going to be spending buku's amount of money for rare paintings. It's just going to be like real world, you know, like Paintings are worthless unless you're rich, and then you're spending bajillions for them. Calling that right now. Calling that right now. There's going to be so many people going for it. Look, they've even got a Pwnstarr on here. See that? Yeah, that's a dog. That's either a Pwnstarr picture or that's a dog. I'm going with the Pwnstarr picture. Oh man, that's great. Portrait paintings. Oh man, okay, gotta go past that. Wow, guys. Crazy. Crazy. Guys, I mean, wow, right? Wow. Motel art kind of guy. I mean, I'm speechless, honestly. I'm speechless. This game just got, well, not yet. And, well, yeah, even now, there's so much to think about. But, like, 30 days from now, we're going to be logging into a brand new game. I just used all my vacation at work, so that sucks. But what I'm using it for is great, so that's awesome. The unofficial Outlands meetup, hint, hint, August 21st in Larkspur, Colorado. But I'm going to have to, like, you know, as they would call piss bottle this game exactly 1 month from now. I mean, I'm fired up, dude. I am fired up. This is great. This is so much the necromancy stuff. I didn't play any necromancy in retail, so I was going into that completely blind. I did play some chivalry, and I loved it. I loved it as far as PVM goes. And so this is extremely exciting for me. I was planning on making a Dexter. I probably still will. But, I mean, I'm going to have to mess with the necromancy. When does it go on test? That's what I want to know. I'm ready to see if a tamer is viable with necromancy. I'm sure it is. See if poison aspect is viable with necromancy, or if death is only going to be. So many questions and so much to test and so much. Woo! Man. This is great. This is great. Okay, bits and pixels. Yeah, man. So necromancy, chivalry, new plants, dungeon seeds, portraits that you can get that are going to be extremely rare, including an antiquity type book that you can record all of your findings from paintings, a new dungeon, a new town, 75 new house spaces, including houseboats, 3 new aspects: discipline, death, and holy, a wrestling codex, a wrestling weapon, a wrestling abilities, oh my god, did I get it? I don't think I got it all. I think I missed half of it, but I do think that was a pretty good rundown. Wow.